So in this video, I'm going to be interviewing Dan from Newcastle. He's only 19 years of age and he's just raised £60,000 in joint venture finance and he's doing his first ever HMO conversion. Do you want to know how to raise joint venture finance? Do you want to know how you can do a HMO conversion? Do you want to know how you can do this regardless of your age or situation? This is the video for you. I'm going to be interviewing Dan, who's only 19, and he's going to be sharing with you exactly how he's got started in property. If you're new to this channel, please hit subscribe with the notification bell right now and stay tuned for more videos. And don't forget, leave me a comment, leave me a question below, and please like and share this video. So Dan, it's brilliant to have you here at the bootcamp reunion. And of course, you was at our 4-year birthday party event in London at the weekend. But for our viewers, can you just, introduce yourself? Where do you live? And what have you been doing up until going into property?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Dan. I'm from Vogue Investment Group and I'm based in Newcastle. So I've come a long way down there for these events, but it's been content packed. Before I got started off in property, I was a full-time student. I was working almost full-time at McDonald's at 2 different stores, trying to juggle the 3 things.
Trying to earn the pay, right?
Exactly, trying to juggle a few things together. I was burnt out really, spending all of my time, not really seeing it affecting my income at all, and then trying to actually study on top of that was very, very challenging.
Yeah, so you had lack of time. Every hour was squeezed into, college work or, like you say, working to earn a living. So why did you decide to get into property?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I've always had a little interest in property. I'd drive around and I'd see big developments happen and I thought, oh, I want a piece of that. That looks really, really good. And I'd always been interested in tech as well. My original idea, I went into university and, my family really wanted me to go. They really wanted me to get a safe and secure qualification. And I thought, right, I want to start a business, but I'm going to go to university and I'm going to sort of try and find out how to start a business. I'm going to go through and hopefully when I come out the other end, I'll know how to start a business. So going through the first year...
That's a lot of years of studying just to find that out.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what we're taught. That's what we're told to do. That's what people know, right? Yeah, which isn't necessarily the right thing, but yeah, so you're there and then you're now here. So just talk us through that transition.
Yeah, so I'm going through the first year of uni. I'm still working, I'm still studying, and I started just getting a little bit of interest in business. I started stumbling across a few property videos online, and I thought, wow, that seems really, really insightful. I wonder if I could just take that leap of faith and actually go to one of these things and find out what it's all about. I thought, you need millions of pounds to start off in property. You need years of experience. It's only 50, 60 year old
how
people.
can I do it? I'm only 19. That's probably the
Exactly.
stuff going through your head.
At the time, obviously my family was living in their own house and whatnot, and my mum had quite a number of troubles with the house. I thought, it's such a dream, so far off, how am I ever going to achieve that? But you know what? Let's just go. Let's just go and have a shot. What's the worst that can happen? And I then met my now business partner, Julian, at one of those events. I started getting involved with Assets for Life.
Did you come to an Assets for Life event, or was it another
I met
event?
Julian at a different event.
Okay, then he invited you to my events.
Yeah, exactly. Julian invited me to some of the Assets for Life events, started getting really involved and came to the boot camp.
Okay, cool.
And the boot camp was a real sort of big kick for me in terms of mindset that I actually could do it. And I started thinking, right, I need to decide now. I've still got a job. Do I continue with that? Do I continue with the life the way that it is now, or do I just go full on and start in property? We'd started Vogue Investment Group at the time, and I was putting a lot of hours in lots of different places, and then eventually I started networking some more, and eventually I thought, right, you know what, I'm going to leave my job. I'm not.
So you left your job?
I left my job.
Are you still studying?
I'm still studying.
Okay.
I've got university going back in about 2 weeks.
So if you left your job and you're still studying, how are you funding yourself?
So obviously I've got student loans coming in and things like that.
Okay, so you're leveraging other people's money, yeah, to get you through this. But then all your spare time now is spent purely on property. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And yeah, like you said, you come on my 3-day advanced training. How was that for you?
Yeah, like I say, it's just a big kick for me and a movement in the right direction. It's a content-packed 3 days. There's lots of information to take in, but also just the fact that you go through everything on such a personal level with people, had the chance to ask questions and get answers. So the barriers and the blockades for me at the time I was able to overcome quite well.
Okay, fantastic.
But in addition to that, the mindset thing, the mindset training that you give, I think a lot of people very easily gloss over that. But for me, with age being a big barrier, and I really needed that. So, you know, now I wake up every morning, motivational videos straight away, and I'm like, right, I'm jumping out of bed.
I'm a machine.
Exactly.
I'm going to do this. Yeah, so you're going out of bed with energy, positivity and belief, which is really important. And I know with the work that I've done with you, you believe you can do this. Doesn't matter if you're 19. And, you know, what would you say to someone watching this now that's your age, or someone that's maybe in their 60s or 70s and they've maybe got a few blocks about starting a property business? What would you say to them?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think for anyone starting in property, that there's a lot of different barriers to face. For some people it's money, for some people it's age, for some people it's education. But surrounding yourself with the right people, and whether that be for assets for life, your business partner, anything like
Mentors.
that. Mentors.
Yeah.
That can give you the push that you need and the help and the knowledge that you need to overcome those barriers and start achieving your dreams.
Fantastic. So you come off the boot camp. What strategy did you decide to focus on?
So we decided to focus on HMOs coming off the boot camp.
Rent to rent or buying them?
A combination of the two. So I remember one of the things that you talked about was having 80% focus on one strategy and then 20% on another. So 80% of our strategic focus is buying HMOs, and then the other 20%, which we're just starting to dip our toes into now, is rent to rent.
Okay.
So moving forwards with that, we're looking to secure our first rent to rent deal at some point in the near future, but we've just completed on a HMO that we bought.
Okay, so cool. So you focused on buying HMOs, but you got a student loan, you haven't got any money. So how the hell are you going to fund the deal?
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things that I learned on the boot camp was all about joint venture finance. And for me, as I was saying before, you know, I thought you need loads of money to go into property. But on the boot camp, you really focused in on how can you get deals without using any of your own money. So I went out there. One of the other things we talked about was social media. I started doing a big push on social media, live videos every day, relentlessly. I did a 30-day live challenge.
Fantastic.
And I constantly was reassuring myself these videos are for my development, to develop my confidence, so that one day I can go out and connect with investors through using live videos as a platform. I actually got introduced to someone who is now injecting £20,000 into the business for another deal that we're going through. But for the HMO that we are doing, obviously, you know, I was networking. I connected with my business partner, Julian. He refinanced a property that he already owned and then injected the cash into the business that we created.
Great, so you've raised the JV finance through your new business partner, which is really good. So where's this deal?
This deal's in Newcastle.
Okay.
It's right next to a new big development that's going on called the Newcastle Helix. So I think it's hopefully going to be quite good to see a little bit of capital gains at some point in the future. The uni campus is expanding back very, very close to where it is. It's got very good transport links into the city centre, bus links right next to it.
All the stuff I taught, I like it.
Exactly.
Yeah? And how to choose your goldmine area, that's brilliant. And how did you find the deal? Was it direct to vendor? Is it through an agent? How did you start that process of finding these potential deals?
Yeah, so initially we started looking on Rightmove. Julian has a great network through his existing company, Eastern Gas, so he's able to leverage a lot of his clients to find deals through that way. But this HMO that we've got at the minute, this was just found completely through Rightmove. It was just a process of stacking lots of deals and seeing which one was gonna come out on top. And on top of that, I'm trying to develop some software for deal analysis and appraisal, and we've utilised that to some extent to find this deal and make sure that it's watertight.
Cool. So was the deal from an agent or direct to vendor?
It ended up being direct to vendor.
So direct to vendor. Okay. All right. Brilliant. So you went straight out to the vendor, negotiated the price. How much did you buy it for?
It's £120,000.
120,000. Are you buying it all with investor finance, or are you getting some form of a mortgage? Or,
Yeah.
So you get a mortgage and JV Finance?
Yeah, so the mortgage was something that was very, very tricky for us actually. I was a director on the company, and that seemed to be a little bit challenging for the mortgage lender. So we've went through a lot of different hoops and things that we've had to jump through to get to where we are now. I believe what we're doing is we've got some sort of shareholders agreement in place and right to deeds, so that when I turn 21 or at some point in the future, I will be able to get back onto the company and move forwards.
Okay, great. So you've got it structured right. Direct to vendor. How much joint venture finance did you raise for the deal?
So it's £30,000 for the deposit on the property, and then there's going to be an additional £20,000 again from Julian and my other business partner Leon that they're putting into the property for renovation.
So £50,000 all in, and you're pretty much going to end up with an asset for free. And are you going to convert that into a 4-bed, 5-bed, 6-bed HMO?
Yeah, so we're looking to convert it into a 6-bed. What we're doing at the minute is just trying to see how many en-suites we can squeeze in there. Obviously, en-suites, the people are looking for en-suites. It's really sort of...
That's what the market wants.
Yeah, the market wants en-suites. So
in your area. Yeah, that's important for viewers to know that different areas require different things. Sometimes HMOs, you don't really need the en-suites and you'll rent your rooms out all day long. But like you say, you've done the market research, so you're determining how many en-suites you can get in. And then what's the plan? Get your tenants in and then refinance out?
Yeah, exactly. So we're looking to, if we can convert this into a 6-bed, which is a plan to get a commercial valuation on the property. Hopefully a little bit more money we'll be able to pull out on a bricks and mortar valuation. Again, something I learned about on the 3-day boot camp. And then we'll be able to pull a big chunk of our money out and then go again on another property.
Fantastic. And how do you feel you've grown in confidence over the last 3 or 4 months?
That, again, for me, the confidence side of things, I think in business and in property, I've grown leaps and bounds. That's what I think.
Yeah, you're glowing at the moment. I've got to say, when I saw you at the weekend at our 2-day event in London, you were just on fire, and I can just see this glow around you of positivity, this great energy, and I can tell you're just one determined young man. Yeah,
absolutely. So surrounding myself with the right people, coming on the training, getting mentored, it's really sort of changed my outlook on financial education and wealth creation. And I'm much more confident now. I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone. Speaking on stage the other day at the event, it was very daunting. I was very shaky. But the benefit I've seen from that is amazing, and that's something I'd have never thought.
You want to do more of that stuff, yeah?
Exactly, 100%.
Go and inspire other people, get on stage, motivate people. Yeah, look, you're laying some great foundations, and hey, 1, 2, 3 years from now, you can have a portfolio worth millions of pounds, generating a huge amount of passive income. You can set it up on autopilot so it doesn't take up a lot of your time. Like, me and my property business, I probably spend 5 or 6 hours a week in that at the moment. My business partner spends a bit more time, but you bring in teams, you bring in systems, you bring in processes, and then you can really start to scale. So what's next for you, Dan?
So we're looking to raise more finance. Finding my joint venture partner at the minute was a big step in the right direction for us. The system, it's very easy to follow to raise joint venture finance, but again, the mindset for me was a little bit tricky. So actually going out and implementing that was very challenging. But
what was challenging about it? Just sitting in front of older people?
Just the belief. Okay, the belief that I could actually go and do it wasn't there.
So actually, when you sit in front of older people, that's not the challenge. That just flows, I take it. That wasn't the challenge for you. It was just getting yourself in that position.
Yeah, to some extent. Obviously, it's challenging. It's tricky. Speaking to older people, but I seem to have managed it okay. I think it's just I always thought, how am I ever going to do this? Why are people going to give money to me as opposed to someone who's had years and years of experience, has got lots of properties in their portfolio?
Wow.
But surrounding myself with the people that I did and pushing myself out of my comfort zones, particularly through social media, has been how I actually did that. And what I did was I did a live video. I kept putting posts out there, and someone just at the bottom of my friends list actually introduced me to someone else.
Brilliant.
Who then wanted to invest in property.
Yes, you network through your network, don't you? And like you say, put yourself out there, take that leap of faith. And you're going to go follow the system, the 7-step property freedom formula, which I teach. Mindset, funding, site finding, appraisal, planning, construction, and the exit. You follow the 7 steps. This is available to everyone. Would you agree?
Yeah, 100%. So whatever barriers and blocks are in place, the 7-step freedom formula really sort of works to overcome those.
Yeah, so good, man. I'm just so excited for you. I'm feeling so proud. This is one of the reasons why I do what I do, to help and inspire people like yourself to get out there and, you know, set your life up and never have to do the things that I did for many years and in the grind, you know, doing more business, working more hours. That's not the smart thing to do. Leverage systems, leverage property, leverage business, leverage other people's money, follow a simple system, and then focus on areas that you really enjoy. So what do you mainly do in the business? What's your main key result area?
Well, I would say I'm probably the numbers guy.
Okay,
So I'm
cool.
a little bit like Jay. I'm doing the spreadsheet, looking at all the different numbers and analysing things like that. I think we've got quite a good power team in place with Erg Investment Group. We've got Julian. He's very confident. I really admire his confidence, and that's something that I'm trying to develop myself. He's really good at getting out there and speaking to people and networking and connecting. Leon, he likes to do the hands-on type things. So when we end up renovating this property, he's going to be getting his team up there and really working some magic on that. But both of those two sort of lack in terms of skills with numbers, with maths and things like that. So that's where I come in, bringing the systems, the technology, the spreadsheets.
Yeah, you're a bit of a tech guy, aren't you? You know, analytics, which is good. You need someone like that. You know, someone with opposing skill sets, like me and Jay. You know, I raise more of the money, I'm more the face of the business, and he's the numbers guy, finding the deals and, you know, putting all those deals together, which is really good. So look, anyone watching this video now, thinking of getting into property, regardless of their situation, what would you tell them?
I would say you need to go out there and get mentored. Because for me, you know, I went to this first property event and I thought, well, yeah, I'm going to go and have a look. But I knew I was probably going to come home and nothing was going to happen. I was going to go back to working at McDonald's and studying at uni and not really seeing any development. But then meeting Julian, meeting yourself, and really having been held to accountability and having people push me in the right direction has meant that I've actually seen the results that I wanted to achieve.
Brilliant. Good. I'm really proud of you, mate. You're going to be on fire. I know you are. The future looks fantastic. How many properties are you going to have in the portfolio by the next 12 months?
So our aim, and the name of our WhatsApp group is Race to 20 HMOs. That's what we're aiming for. I think, you know, you have to really sort of 10x your goals in order to get to where you want to be, and that's what we're going for.
Mate, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, well done, Dan. Pleasure. And again, if there's anything you need from me, you know where to find me.
Thanks very much, Liam.
Cool, good man. Cheers.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, a fantastic interview with Dan, 19, from Newcastle. If Dan can do it, anyone can do it. Thanks very much for tuning in. Make sure you watch more of my videos and don't allow the monkey on the shoulder to hold you back. If you want freedom, if you want legacy, if you want financial, set your financial future up, get into property. One investor, one property at a time, you will start to walk toward financial freedom. I'll see you very soon.
Thanks very much, guys.